Hey, it's Nayetta. I'm back. The Let Kids Play podcast. I think I'm gonna change the name. Y'all let me know what y'all think. It's kind of Let Kids Play podcast. I like it because I want y'all to let y'all kids play. Um, but I need something to know that this podcast is not necessarily for your kid. It's for you to educate you and tell you all the stuff that you need to do before the age of 5 for your babies so that they can be the smart geniuses in this world and that you can raise well balanced adults. So as usual, got my notebook. So what are we gonna talk about today? So I did a podcast a while back with David Shares, and he told me to write down 50 topics to talk about with my audience. So every time I start a podcast episode, I go through my notebook to see what we're gonna talk about. So I think a good one because a lot of parents stress and worry about their kids not talking or like not counting to a certain number because of what other people tell them. So that's what we can talk about because I got a story. So we can talk about what number should your child count to by the age of 3, and you're gonna be shocked. So based on, I think it's called, let me see, the National Association for Early Childhood Education, it's 10. Yeah, I know, 10, right? So the world will have you thinking that they need to be counting to 100 by 3, right? No, it's 10, and it's okay if they're not even counting to 10 because the beauty of it all is every kid is different. And they will naturally, again, learn to count. I haven't met a 6 or 7 year old that can't count to 10. They'll get there. So at the age of 3, again, you want to be focusing on certain skills, but there's fun ways that you can teach your kid to count if you are concerned with that. Or I mean, not necessarily concerned because me and my toddler count all the time, but we don't do like worksheet counting. So he's into cars. So I'll tell him, hey D, go get me 5 cars. That's counting, right? Or he likes coins. I don't know why toddlers like coins, but he doesn't put them in his mouth. So when he sees like his big brother's coins or something, because his big brother likes to collect quarters, hey, can you count how many quarters are right there? And he'll count out like maybe 14, 15, whatever number he feels like counting to. Or like they play a game in the car to see how long it'll take the light to turn green or red. So my 3-year-old, clearly I've heard him count to the number 49. And my oldest, all my kids were counting to 100 well before kindergarten, but it wasn't, like I said, a worksheet thing or like a flashcard thing. It was more so of things that we do just naturally, like make it fun, make it a game. Do like if they're into cars or like Barbies, like the purses, or not even purses, LOLs, all those surprises with the LOL dolls. One package came with like 70 surprises, so we took our time to count up to 70. And then if you want to go a step further, because you're doing something that they're interested in, let's do groups of 7. You know what I mean? So, or groups of 10 with the same 70 LOL surprises. So that's an easy way to not only teach them to count, but that's also an easy way to teach them math, because you're teaching them, they're having fun, they're learning, they're remembering it, and they don't even realize it. They're not like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to sit down and do this worksheet. I don't want to do flashcards. I don't like flashcards. Like, they're not doing that because they're having fun and they're learning. So even with Legos, and you want it, so if your kid is counting like Dion, he's counting to excuse me, he's counting clearly to 49. Yeah, I think it's 49 or 59 because they count to 60 the other day. But clearly that I remember is 49. Start having them identify the letters, because just because they can count to a large number doesn't necessarily, in my opinion, check the block. You want them to be able to identify those numbers too. So if your kid is already counting to 10, go ahead and have them be able to count on their fingers and then hold up something that they can identify the numbers. And that is where the flashcards will come into play. Or to make it even better, use the Legos. Put the numbers on the Legos. You can use a dry erase marker, or like I have a video coming soon about the light table. So a fun way for them to practice writing without them getting upset and bored is to use salt. You can use just plain salt, or you can color it and have them write the numbers in the salt. So that's an easy way. Or another way that my kids like to do it was two ways. So with the counting, I'll go back. With the counting, they do hide and seek. So that was the easiest way Dion got past 20, was playing hide and seek, because every time they play for a couple of times, they go up 10 numbers, and I have them go up 10 numbers so that they can get him counting longer. So that's a super fun and easy way to do the numbers, playing hide and seek. And then as far as identifying the numbers, we do something called dramatic play, is the technical term for it, but basically it's just setting up something simple for them to do. So we had a pizza workshop with our dramatic play. So I did like you don't have to get all fancy like me. I printed out and laminated. You can legit take a sheet of paper and do the circle for the pizza, and then like write the numbers like 1 slice of pizza or 8 slices of pizza, like that, and let them identify. Because the whole point of it is you're doing so much in this one little thing with teaching them to count. So with the dramatic play and the pizza example, you're having a connection with them. You're building your connection with them. And that moment that my mom and dad is actually playing with me, they're spending quality time with me outside of their phone, outside of my tablet. We're here together. We're having a conversation. So you're building their vocabulary. You're working on that speech, you're working on their numbers, you're working on the gross motor skills. Like, it's so much that comes with playing that I think we ignore. So that's the point of this podcast. I want to be able to help you identify the importance of play and why you should let them play. But those are some tips and ways for them to get counting. Trying to think of something else, or like when you're driving, how many trees did you see on the road? How many red cars are by us, or how many blue cars did you see? Whatever their favorite color is, or when you're in the store, how many of this, how many of that? Like, I'll like for my oldest, how I opened the I opened the fruit snacks, count them. How many fruit snacks are in this pack? Skittles, how many Skittles are in this pack? M&Ms, how many M&Ms? How many yellow ones? How many red ones? So you're doing patterns, sequences. Like, it's so much I could tell you from just like having a bag of Skittles. You could do a science experiment with a bag of Skittles. Actually, if you follow my YouTube, go watch my shorts on the science experiment with the Skittles. But there's so many simple, fun, and easy ways to have your kids engaged in in counting that it doesn't it's ridiculous. But I just want to help you identify those. And if you have any questions about it, go ahead and leave me a comment in the review, or if you're watching on YouTube, leave me a comment below and I'll do my best to answer the questions. But let's keep it simple, let's keep it fun, let's keep it engaging, let's engage all of their senses so that they can remember and it becomes a core memory. Because research shows when they're engaging more than one sense with their learning, they tend to remember it more. So let's kind of ditch the flashcards just a little bit in the worksheets, and let's get them counting without it in a fun way that they'll remember. All right, so that's all I have for you. Oh, I can't even talk. That's all I have for you today. It's Nayetta, your kids only activity guide. with the Let's Kids Play. And let me know if you think of a name for the podcast that you think would fit better. Right now, we'll keep it at Let Kids Play. But I'm open to suggestions. So if you have a suggestion on what our name should be, or if you like it, if I should change it, let me know as well. But until next time, bye.